Good evening, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Is that super loud? So good. So welcome, everyone, as we gather here today to celebrate this remarkable achievement of our 161 residents from the Department of Family and Community Medicine. My name's Stu Murdoch, and I've had the distinct privilege of serving as the postgraduate program director for the last 6 years. And I extend my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you on this special event. Amidst the challenges of COVID-19 pandemic, you have demonstrated unwavering dedication, resilience, and adaptability. Your training during these extraordinary times has equipped you with the skills and fortitude necessary to provide compassionate care to individuals and families in need. As family medicine physicians, you hold a vital role in the health and well-being of our communities. Your extensive training has prepared you to address the diverse needs of individuals and families, fostering lasting relationships built on trust and understanding. Today, we celebrate not only your accomplishments, but also the bonds that have been forged during your time as residents. You have supported one another through thick and thin, celebrating each other's triumphs and offering a shoulder to lean on during challenging times. The friendships, mentorships, and collaborative spirit that blossomed at our sites are a testament to your collective strength and shared purpose. To the family and loved ones watching on the live stream today, we extend our deepest gratitude for the unwavering support you have provided to our graduates throughout their journey. Your encouragement, sacrifices, and belief in their abilities have been instrumental in their success. Congratulations to the graduates of the Department of Family and Community Medicine. Your achievements fill us with immense pride, and we have no doubt that you will go on to make a lasting impact in the lives that you serve. I now want to introduce Dr. Rebecca Crawford, PGY1 from the Scarborough Health Network, to do our land acknowledgement. Rebecca.
Got to lower it a bit here. Anine Bojo, my name is Becca. I am a PGY1 family medicine resident at the Scarborough Health Network. I'm a person of mixed settler and Indigenous ancestry. I'm a member of the Snimicobi Algonquin Nation outside of Ottawa, and also a member of the Turtle Clan. I have the privilege of being here today to acknowledge the land in which we live, work, and tonight the land on which we celebrate your achievements in finishing residency. I want to give everyone my heartfelt congratulations to all of you and let you know how proud I am of the U of T family medicine residents and the amazing impact that you've already made on your patients and the Canadian healthcare system as a whole. I have also had the privilege of training alongside several of you, and your conscientiousness and compassion speaks volumes on the change that you can make on your individual patients and their families and communities. So without further ado, I want to acknowledge the land that we stand on today as an expression of gratitude for the Indigenous peoples who have served as its stewards for thousands of years and continue to do so to this day. This land has been the traditional territory of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and most recently, the Mississaugas of the Credit River. It is part of the Dish with One Spoon territory, a treaty between the Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and Mississaugas that committed them together to share the territory to protect the land. Other Indigenous peoples and nations have subsequently entered this territory in the spirit of peace, friendship, and respect. It is on these lands that we're grateful to continue living, learning, and working together. Chimigwich.
Thanks, Rebecca, and we look forward to celebrating your graduation in 12 months from now. I now want to introduce our postgraduate dean, Dr. Meredith Giuliani. She's going to provide some PGME remarks. She does have to race out quickly because she has to get to her girls' dance recital. So it's exciting. I just saw the pictures. Meredith.
Thank you very much. I am Meredith Giuliani. I'm the Associate Dean for Postgrad and a radiation oncologist at Princess Margaret. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you tonight to celebrate your outstanding achievements and to welcome you as our newest alumni. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and also there we go. And I also wanted to thank all of your family and friends who have taken the time to join tonight, and also for all of their support for everyone here in your long journey of training and your last few years as residents. On behalf of Dean Trevor Young, Vice Dean Patricia Houston, all of us at PGME and the Temerity Faculty of Medicine, congratulations. They say you never leave the place you train, so you'll always have a home at U of T. Great programs and departments don't happen by accident. They're created by the dedicated people who give their time, their wisdom, and their resources, and to all of our alumni, which now includes you. As we, the Temerity Faculty of Medicine, move up the rankings, so does the value of your time spent here. We're ranked 4th in the world for clinical medicine from the National Taiwan University, behind Harvard and Johns Hopkins, 4th for clinical medicine by US News and World Report, and 7th by the Higher Times Education in Clinical, Preclinical, and Health Programs. I also want to take this time to thank Dr. Murdoch, all of your site directors, your program administrators, and everybody who is so instrumental in your training. So instrumental in your training, and I know how proud they are of everyone here today in seeing you graduate. I encourage you to keep in touch. Later tonight, you'll hear from the Advancement Office about how you can do that. And in the meantime, please enjoy this evening's well-deserved celebration, and congratulations. And I'd like to turn over to Dr. Freeman.
Thank you, Meredith. Good evening, everyone. I'm Risa Freeman. I'm the Vice Chair of Education for the DFCM. It is so lovely to see so many of you here this evening. We are delighted to be able to celebrate your achievements. It's been a pleasure getting to know so many of you over the last couple of years. And I want to welcome you to the family of family physicians. And I hope that we will all cross paths many times in the years to come. I want to thank Meredith for coming to represent the deanery. How lucky we are to have a postgrad dean who is really supportive of family medicine. We've always enjoyed great support, and it's especially wonderful to have Meredith as our postgrad dean. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our frat presidents for this year. Alice and Allie have served you so well this year. I know that you know that, but I just wanted to share from my perspective, they were there for you. They were rooting for you. They were cheering for you. They were defending you and supporting you every step of the way. So Alice and Allie to come up and bring some words.
Hello, hello, hi. Good evening and welcome again to the University of Toronto Family Medicine Residency Celebration for our class of 2023. My name is Alice and this here is Ali, and together we're the Alices. Well, we had the honor this past year to be your co-presidents for the Family Residents Association of Toronto. And congratulations to each and every one of you for this tremendous achievement that you have all achieved.
Guys, we're finally here. After 22 years of school, 2 years of residency, it's almost hard to believe. Although it seems like our journey is coming to an end, it's only the beginning. It is family medicine after all. From that little spark as a child, going to the doctors for the first time, wondering, should I do this? Now we have shining bright stars in front of us. Each one of you, so talented, so amazing, resilient, compassionate, and Brilliant, really. It's, if I have to quote Rihanna, you guys all shine bright like a diamond.
Shine bright like a diamond. All right, we're gonna have a party after.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, as we congratulate our fellow classmates, it is important for us to recognize those who have helped us to come here and shine so bright. We like to acknowledge our program director, Dr. Stu Murdoch, our associate program directors, our site directors, site administrators, and so many staff who work passionately and tirelessly at the Department of Family and Community Medicine. More importantly, we'd like to thank those who are our fuels for all these years, and these are our family and friends. Together, they have kept our fires burning and prevented them from burning out. So I'd like to invite you for a round of applause for our family and friends who are joining us virtually today at home. Thank you all. So Ali and I also wanted to recognize the unique and unprecedented times that we have had over the past few years through medical school and through residency during the COVID-19 global pandemic and its aftermath. So the pandemic not only taught us a new disease process, it also truly taught us the essence of family medicine for not just treating the illness in front of us, but also to acknowledge our patient in a truly biopsychosocial model of care. The pandemic has helped us to recognize the social injustices and the disparities in our healthcare system. We've seen a lot, from laboring mothers to their cute, messy little babies, to our underserved and marginalized communities, to loved ones who went through the end-of-life care process. And together, we hope that these experiences will help all of us to become excellent physicians forever on.
As residents, we rose to the challenge, continuing to strive for better health for all our patients. Our residents have become budding scholars, advocates, and leaders, some of them already in full bloom. We see a bright future ahead for Canada's health. Now, we all have forgone so much here to be here today. This is important to realize. Medicine is not just a job, it's a calling. It can be tough at times, a lot of the times, really. And there's still so much for us to all learn. But it's important to remember what UFT has provided us, a foundation, the tools and the friends around us here today to help us through our journey. Remember, medicine isn't everything. It's time to enjoy your life as well now. After all, healthy doctors make healthy patients. Congrats again to class of 2023. Now go out, live your lives, and save lives.
All right, now we'll hand the mic over to Dr. Fokan Leung.
All right, thanks so much for that. I'm going to get things started. Quick introduction. I'm Fokan, family doc at St. Mike's. Yes. And also the associate program director in charge of assessment and evaluation. So you are no longer required to write any more progress tests now that you're officially finished. All right. So let's start off with Sunnybrook Health Sciences Center, and I'm going to ask Dr. Ann Weidman to join me.
Good evening. I'm very pleased to be with you here to share in the celebration and achievements of this impressive graduating class of 2023. With me, I have my amazing PA, Jennifer Capel, who would go with me everywhere if it was up to me. But she's here for moral support and to hand out our singular certificate. We had hoped to keep her very busy, but nonetheless, she's here as she always is to make things better. At Sunnybrook, our residents embody the characteristics of all that is good about humanity and also what is amazing about family physicians. They are all the complete package. As I read out their names, I was going to include a few characteristics of each of them. Instead, I will pivot to reading their names regardless, hoping that they will be online and be able to hear at least that part. And I may take the liberty of speaking a little bit longer about Nish. So our residents are Are they still up there listed? Please, if you can go to that slide. Thank you. Pictures are there. Dr. Faraz Batani, Dr. Abir Fahayad Islam, Dr. Nishay Arun Kashal. So come on up, if you don't mind now. I wanted to point out that Nish is actually on teaching practice. So second round of applause, please. I had written that you are extremely knowledgeable, wonderful with patience and efficient. I'm going to add from memory what I spoke about you when you were unable to join us at our own sort of graduation at Sunnybrook. Thorough, engaged, funny, lovely to talk about with absolutely anything. Nish has the most amazing outside interests outside of medicine, skills in a variety of different things. We like to talk about golf, but he could talk to you about anything. He's taking the summer off. He's going to be taking a bit of downtime with his family to travel. And in the fall, he will be picking up his incredible interest in sports medicine and comprehensive family care. Dr. Ho Seung Kim, Dr. Vivesh Patel, Dr. Shaili Perez, Dr. Fahad Mansar Qureshi, Dr. Ben Shakar, Dr. Caitlin Dr. Levan Sivaraja, and Dr. Andrew Sokolowski. These pictures are a small window into the joy that they have had together. You have certainly leaned on each other, cared for one another, and provided the kind of home away from home that we all look for during tough times. In working closely with you throughout your intense 2 years of training, we have discovered that you are consummate professionals, dedicated learners and teachers, and most importantly, compassionate souls that have worked tirelessly in the care of patients in the hospital and beyond. You have stepped up in every way, from home visits and to community outreach, from mental health support in the walls of Sunnybrook, and in every way, every day you made a difference when it mattered the most. Along the way, you shared your knowledge, experiences, both good and challenging, with reflection and maturity, so that all of us working with you are wiser, more humble, more self-aware, and better humans for having spent time with you. I want to thank you for sharing yourself with me. We have spent a lot of amazing moments together, all of which I've logged in my heart to give me energy, resilience, and wisdom that I didn't have when I didn't work with you. We are very proud of each of you and wish you the best in your careers as you continue to wow and amaze. It has truly been an honor to serve with you. I'm pleased to announce that our Site DFCM's award winner in the category of teaching excellence is Dr. Annalise Mills. And she also won our inaugural Resident Obstetrics Award in honor of her exceptional care for obstetrics patients. And our two chief residents were Emma Kinsell and Savar Kaul, who are not with us tonight. Thank you.
Right. So while we're getting everything lined up for the photo, I'm going to ask our group from Unity Health St. Michael's Hospital to make their way over on this side. And it's going to be announced by Doctors Mary Beth DeRoche and Dr. Nazreen Ramji. So if you can make your way up from this side, please.
That's at least the chorus.
Oh, no.
Okay, we'll try to keep it short and sweet. Let me know if I have any feedback here. So here we are, looking over at our beautiful group and reflecting that as teachers, we've been
so grateful to have you alongside for the journey over the last 2 years with us. When you started your residency training, we were really still in the thick of COVID. And it showed. For some of us, weren't even able to meet in person for many months after residency started, and that definitely took a toll. It was an added challenge to what was already a very stressful and exhilarating time of your life, but it was something new to navigate. So thank you so much over the last 2 years for continuing to teach us about medicine, about humanity, about kindness, about commitment to your patients, about technology. And that's a personal one for me as you've continued to see me fail, but also just about learning as a family doctor.
There were a lot of changes that you intentionally and maybe inadvertently test drove for us over the course of the year. You weren't just trying out our new surgery selective rotation or studying for our CCP exam through practicing virtual practices with us. But you recognized also the increased need to support each other in our little community. That's a lot to ask of anybody, especially on top of a very rigorous family medicine program at St. Michael's Hospital. But in spite of it all, and maybe because of it, here you are. So congratulations to St. Michael's Hospital Family Medicine residents. We're going to call you up by name to receive your certificate. Dr. Miriam Bezahu. Dr. Abby Hailu. Dr. Andrew Lamb. Dr. Alexander Smith. Dr. Helen Tamtam. And Dr. Adrina Song. And Dr. Maddie Rudolph. Get you to flip to the next slide. So our award winners are also our amazing lead residents at our site. So we wanted to congratulate Dr. Adrina Zong and Dr. Madeline Rudolph for their awards in excellence in leadership. Adrina and Maddie, you've navigated both the predictable and novel challenges of residency with creativity, flexibility, and astounding leadership. So congratulations to you. So we wish you a wonderful journey ahead. We are super excited for you all. We know that you're ready and equipped with kindness, courage, everlasting curiosity for your next adventures ahead. So have fun and enjoy the ride. Thanks.
All right, and then up next, we're going to have North York General Hospital with Dr. Kim Lazar, please.
Seeing you guys were worried about the song choice. Everybody loved it. Good evening. It's an honor to be here today to celebrate the significant milestone in your professional lives. Your loved ones who are attending virtually have also supported you in this journey, and they too deserve to revel in this special day. I know we were joking about the song that you chose for the walk up to this event and the frat president saying Rihanna. I'm not going to be singing, but if I had to choose a line for one of my favorite songs that I think really captures your cohort's vibe, if you will, it is "We're Here for a Good Time, Not a Long Time" by Trooper. And in your short time in residency, you have all inspired me in your ability to bring joy into your day-to-day, while at the same time doing your jobs with the utmost degree of professionalism and grace. When I reflect on the last 2 years, many memories come to mind. Most recently, I enjoyed having many of you for a relaxing evening in my backyard. A couple weeks ago, we played trampoline dodgeball, and I'm convinced the only reason I won the round was because you took it easy on me. I heard tales about the shenanigans at your annual resident retreat. During the pandemic, many of you volunteered to be part of the vaccination efforts and nursing home outreach. Many of you have taught junior learners, took on various leadership roles, or participated in volunteer experiences. In doing so, you have all had a lasting impact on the program, your patients, your mentors, and each other. Medicine and life can be very serious at times, and I encourage you to continue to bring some of that light and joy into your day-to-day. There's a line in the Hippocratic Oath that states, "May I always act so as to preserve the finest traditions of my calling, and may I long experience the joy of healing those who seek my help. In honoring this, you will help fend off burnout and have long and successful careers." Looking ahead to what's next, I'm proud that all of you matched to your program of choice for those of you doing fellowship programs. And I'm inspired by how many of you are jumping into comprehensive family medicine or doing rural locum work. I look forward to hearing about all the great things you will accomplish in your future careers. And remember, the journey is as important as the destination. Don't forget the many wonderful experiences you've had during your residency and how those experiences have shaped the amazing physicians that you are today. So I will hand out the certificates. So Dr. Saye Azar. Lanny Geist. Alexa Goodbaum. You in absentia. I'll take theirs home for them. These ones aren't here. Dr. Josh Lipsick. Dr. Faisal Bagachi, who flew all the way from Calgary this morning, so extra round of applause. And then the next slide, please. And I wanted to acknowledge our award winner. A number of our residents have won awards, and I'm so happy to be able to celebrate you. And we have many more celebrations coming up this month. Shane Friedman, one of our chief residents, our leadership award winner. Congratulations. Last but not least, Sarah Wong, our other chief resident. And if I can just say 2 words about our chief residents, Sarah and Shane, you both have amazed me with your leadership skills and professionalism. It was an honor to work with both of you, and I hope that we can work together in some capacity in the future. Congratulations.
While we're doing the photo, I'm going to ask the Toronto Western group to make their way up to the side here and call to the podium Doctors Sarah Fleming and Dr. Francesco Lianza. Toronto Western, where are you at, Toronto Western?
Hello, everyone. I'm Sarah Fleming. This is Dr. Lianza. So I want to extend a huge congratulations to this exceptional group of residents. I can barely remember a time when you were not a part of the Toronto Western team, and it's hard to imagine next year without you. You have worked so incredibly hard, demonstrated the utmost professionalism, and provided incredible care to your patients, both in family medicine and on your off-service rotations. You guys have showed up bright-eyed with your masks on to provide the best patient-centered care, despite your rigorous schedules and any hurdles you are also facing. You have also been such good fun. I could always count on you guys for a laugh or a smile. And I, from the bottom of my heart, have really appreciated the opportunity to work with you and learn from you. Also, with my now 6 years of experience as site director, I can say that you are a real standout group for your kindness and conscientiousness, two strengths for being the best physicians and colleagues. So I know you guys are probably keen to say goodbye to your PSS inboxes and epic ordering and online learning, e-modules and projects. But realistically, it's probably more of like a fresh start. But know that we'll really miss you. We'll think of you often. We're proud of you and we're rooting for you along the way. And a special thank you to any of your loved ones who are online for their support of you on this journey. So we'll hand out some certificates. Dr. Moyen Adesanya. Moyen was also our nominee for teaching excellence at our site. Moyen is kind and patient. She wants the best for everyone at all times and just puts everyone at ease. Dr. Haroon Mian. A true family medicine expert, so thoughtful and kind, and always wearing his thinking cap to improve processes at our clinic. We should chat more before you go. Dr. Artie Sayal. Sorry. Artie was our nominee for the Dr. Samuel Leitenberg Award for her incredible, compassionate care. Dr. Sayal is kind to the core. And last but not least, here tonight, Dr. Nishwa Shah. Dr. Shah is also one of our brilliant co-chief residents, clinically awesome, exudes positivity and enthusiasm, and seemingly ready to take on anything and everything. So also like to acknowledge and give a big congratulations to Dr. Trevor Robinson, who is the recipient of our Clinical Excellence Award at our site for his exceptional care, wonderful communication, collaborative spirit, and patient advocacy. Dr. Robinson is on his teaching practice in Tobermory right now, but I know he's online. So hi, Trevor, we miss you. Congrats. I'd also like to extend a huge thank you to Dr. Nishwa Shah and Dr. Ronak Saluja, who couldn't be here tonight, for their incredible hard work in supporting the program as chief residents, both administrative roles and in education planning. The program wouldn't be the same without you, so thank you. And many of our residents are not able to be here tonight. We've got 3 on teaching practice, 1 in Thailand, and a couple of conflicting important family events. But certainly a congratulations to them as well. Strong themes of clinical excellence, kindness, and dedication. So you guys, any of us would be lucky to have you as our own family doctors, and I think that really says it all. So congrats, TW.
Right. And again, to this side of the hall, if I could get the folks from Royal Vic with Dr. Christine Stewart.
Perfect. And they said no more Star Wars. Love it. I'm Chris Stewart. I'm the site director in Barrie. And I've got the honorary Dr. Carolyn Brooks, our program administrator. And I'd like to say that I wouldn't go anywhere without Carolyn, but the truer words would be, I will follow Carolyn anywhere because she knows the way. Thank you, everyone, for coming out to this graduation. Today, the Barrie Family Medicine Residency Program celebrates our lucky 13th cohort of graduates, which includes 10 accomplished young physicians. We have 7 here today. I'm particularly excited to be able to say that we're celebrating the 100th graduate from our program, plus 9 more. I like to think that each and every resident can claim to be the 100th because they are all so deserving of this special status. Congratulations. It's been a tremendous ride and a lot of fun the last 2 and even 3 years. And I'm so proud to say that so many are pursuing family medicine one way or the other after they graduate. We do have a second graduate from the integrated 3rd-year program obtaining her master's in systems innovation and leadership, and then is going on to practice family medicine. We've got a couple of grads going on to an enhanced skill 3rd year in emergency medicine and perhaps some family medicine. We've got another grad pursuing a 3rd year in family practice obstetrics, and then hopefully coming back to our area or somewhere around, but to do family medicine and obstetrics. 2 more grads that are moving west to BC and Alberta and definitely to practice family medicine, and 1 to Burlington to definitely practice family medicine. And 1 is staying right here in Barrie also to practice family medicine. We do have 1 going to Midland to practice emergency medicine, but we'll convince him that he needs to do some family as well. And then we do have 1 that hopefully is on Zoom that is traveling to Australia, and who knows, hopefully eventually some family medicine with an emphasis on the surgical aspect. So I'm going to go ahead with certificates. I think the first one is Dr. Fatima Bakhtiari. Dr. Deidre Carr. And whoops, I gotta look at this, Dr. Ovina Chow. Dr. Anthony Perrell.
My God. Thank you.
Three residents that I'll mention that could not be here. One's in Kenora, one's out in BC, and one's at home looking after her son. Dr. Anshu Jassel, Dr. Jeevan Gill, and Dr. Timothy Lee. Okay. Then we have one of our graduates who is also completing her master's in systems leadership and innovation, Dr. Alice Zhu. She's our second resident to enter and complete this extraordinary program where she explored perceptions, opportunities, and challenges of a 3-year family medicine residency program. Heavy emphasis on the challenges. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And then we have our award winner, the DFCM award, postgraduate award for leadership, Dr. Taylor Stanijev. Taylor, from the beginning of residency, showed exemplary leadership, demonstrating skills early on to organize, communicate, and motivate her peers. She's been a pleasure for both Carolyn and I to work with and to work alongside. She's dependable, flexible, an active listener, and able to think strategically. Congratulations and thank you. And your cats are very lucky to own you. And then we have our chiefs, Dr. Taylor Stanijev and Dr. Curtis Kelly. The spirit of the Barrie FMTU could have been very different if it weren't for our outgoing chiefs, Taylor and Curtis, with their powerhouse leadership abilities, incredible skills of scheduling and organizing, and both the voice for our Barrie residents. Thank you very much, Taylor and Curtis. Thank you. And we admire and very proud of the class of 2023, all 100 graduates plus 9, and it will be our privilege to work alongside with you very soon.
Right, and up next is going to be our colleagues from the Scarborough Health Network and Dr. Jennifer McDonald, please.
Scarborough is so cool. All right, I'm Jennifer McDonald. I'm a family doctor in Scarborough and the site program director for the Scarborough Health Network. I'm here along with Stacy McEwen, and we're happy to, we're proud, we're honored to be saying a few words about our graduating cohort of 2023. So Dr. Stephen Brown, who's a co-host of the AFP podcast, he just put out a list of essentials for physician well-being as his tips for new doctors, which very much resonated with me, and I wanted to share his list with you today. At the top of the list for essentials of physician well-being was sleep, but next was autonomy, positive relationships, and meaning in your work. And this made me reflect on the start of the graduating residents' careers and what you've learned from the care and concern that you provided for your Scarborough patients in our community. Next on his list was mentors and colleague support. So each of you graduates have grown to become important team members in the hospital and integral parts of our community and clinics across Scarborough. We hope you stay connected to your colleagues and mentors within our program and find the support that we all need. Further on the list, there was time away from work, protected time with patients, and finally, gratitude. And this leads me to think about your professionalism, your positive patient relationships, and the joy and positivity that you brought to the program. If we think back to July 2021, we had a group of people who had taken diverse paths to Scarborough. Our resident cohort adapted to the many things and became experts in virtual care during COVID, as well as in-person care. They dealt with many changes to our program and to our hospital. They remained flexible and positive at every new step. This cohort is a highly accomplished group and are great communicators, professional and compassionate doctors. So your program assistant, Stacy, and I agree, it's been an absolute pleasure, again, to oversee your program for the past 2 years. Zoom lectures being what they are has allowed us to connect, making virtual check-ins the new normal. But it's been quite inspiring to review all of the positive comments in your evaluations this year, seeing your growth in knowledge, skills, and attitudes forming you into the family doctors we see before us today. So this year we've seen plans including fellowships in hospitalist medicine, emergency medicine, palliative care, locuming, and people planning on running a practice of their own and staying connected to the teaching program. So congratulations to each one of you, and we are so proud to have you as our graduates. I am going to list, we have 9 graduates this year, so I'm going to list the people who aren't here. So it's Dr. Andrea Lee, Dr. Mira Mahendrian, Dr. Brandon Norris, Dr. Kent Tang, Dr. Hannah Tateshi, and Dr. Wei Ting Shang. The people who are here are the following people. Dr. Rebecca, oh, I'll say it in the order that you're saying. Dr. Rishabh Sarkar. Okay. Dr. Rebecca Damasi, who is coming from teaching practice. Good timing. So I'll just mention that our next graduate is actually our site winner, and it's Dr. Shankar Sathuraman for Excellence in Teaching Postgrad Award.
Big no.
No, we're not going to make any jokes. And also I'd like to really thank our lead residents this year, who were Dr. Mira Mahendiran and Dr. Shankar Sathuraman. So thank you so much, guys.
Coming up next, we're going to have Trillium Health Partners Credit Valley Hospital, Doctors Nina Yashpal and Dr. Kim Kent, please.
Okay. Congratulations to our Credit Valley residents. It has been such a great pleasure to be here with you today and also to be able to celebrate this milestone with you. Through a difficult time where you have had to navigate through COVID and COVID recovery, you have all done this with dedication, commitment, and you have shown strong advocacy.
Been amazing to be part of your educational journey and to watch you become the excellent family physicians that you are, and that we know you will continue to be. We know that you will continue to be individuals that will make a difference. We wish you the very best. And with that, we will call our graduates up. Dr. Ali Herji, also one of the FRAT presidents. Dr. Aisha Farouk. Dr. Renee Sharma. Now we will go on to call up one of our award winners, Dr. Shivani Patel.
So Dr. Patel has received the award for advocacy for patients.
Dr. Shivani Patel is also one of our co-chiefs, along with Dr. Lisa Youssef, who we will also call up.
We didn't think our speech would be complete without a quote from the great Oprah Winfrey. So I say to you, forget about the fast lane. If you really want to fly, just harness your power to your passion. Honor your calling. Everybody has one. Trust your heart and success will come to you. We truly believe in the last couple of years, we have watched you all fly, and we wish you nothing but success and know that you will be very successful in the future. Congratulations. And our residents are also going to do a dance.
Just kidding. We're just putting that out there to make their night more enjoyable. They're a great group. Congratulations.
Right, and up next, we're going to have the Oak Valley Health Markham Stouffville Hospital team with Dr. Amanda West, please.
Hey, So I am very pleased today to represent the Markham Stouffville site for our very last time that we can say that we are the newest site for DFCM. We are no longer going to be the baby site next year. So it has been a pleasure to watch these residents grow and change from when I only knew what their eyes looked like at the beginning of COVID to being able to see their entire faces. They picked one of my favorite songs without me even knowing that they were picking it. So clearly a group that has really touched us and we've gotten along very well. They have grown so much and have been such an asset to our community. Many of them are actually from the York region, which is wonderful and represent the many communities and cultures that we serve in Markham Stouffville. So without further ado, I will announce our wonderful graduates for this year. Dr. Junyi May. I went in my own order. Sure, but I my own order. Dr. Hadi Sahir. Here. Dr. Christopher Wiegand. We practiced that one, so I don't know how well I did.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Jason Joe. Dr. Salim Kamalodine. And now I'd like to acknowledge our winner of the Leadership Award, one of our 3 co-chief residents, Dr. Zihang Zhang, who without our site would not have run. This man has an incredible ability to organize. And if anyone has ever sent me an email, they know that I need to be organized because I do not get to emails well. So he would just keep reminding me, Dr. West, can you answer your email, Dr. West? So he kept me very organized and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the next one. Congratulations. I'll just say the our other 2 chief residents who unfortunately were unable to be here were Dr. Asmara Aman and Dr. Sajia Wang. And I would be remiss if not mentioning Dr. Emily Allison, who I believe is at home taking care of her beautiful 1-year-old.
Right, and from Michael Guerin, together with Dr. Peter Zakis, please.
Right. So I have the pleasure to announce our graduates from our site. Some words to our graduates and to all learners first. To our family medicine learners, I say this: embrace the privilege you have been granted, the privilege of caring for others in their most vulnerable moments. Cherish the trust your patients place in you and you honor it with utmost respect. Be lifelong learners, constantly seeking knowledge and ever improvement, for the field of family medicine is ever evolving. Remember that you do not walk this path alone. Your mentors, colleagues, and loved ones have stood by your side, offering guidance and support when you needed it the most. They have witnessed your growth and have believed in your potential to make a lasting impact on the lives of those you serve. Never forget the power of collaboration, for it is through unity that we truly achieve greatness. As a few of my residents are probably thinking, this is ChatGPT, not me. So over to my words. This sounded great, but it's been a pleasure to meet with each one of you, to work with you during the last 2 years. You started off in the middle of COVID, and we were planning protected code blue and PPE training and making sure that we had everything set up for your safety. But you made it to the end, which is great to see. When you started this program, things were different, and I'm glad that we are no longer in virtual worlds, but able to meet in person and to celebrate. My parting words, not from ChatGPT. Remember, you have the basic tools to heal the world. From a generalist perspective, when you're stuck, go to the basics with your patients, but also in many other things that we were unable to teach you, such as when you're working with your physicians or other nurses or clinics about management issues, about finances. Go back to the basics. Think of Fife. It actually works even with your colleagues. I've used it subtly on many of you in difficult moments. But as the college told you guys for your exams, do not auto Fife. Make it subtle so it's not obvious for what you're doing. Life in medicine will be constantly changing. Embrace the changes like AI, but remember the principles behind it. Stay connected with each other, stay connected with those close to you, those you met at the hospital and the university programs. Continue to be our colleagues, but most importantly, stay connected with yourself, because if you're not able to take care of yourself, you will not be able to take care of others. So I would like to call upon our residents, Dr. Ross Book. Dr. Cici Dai. Dr. Ryan Lee. Dr. Stacey Nguyen. Next, if you move to the next slide, our winner for the postgraduate award is Dr. Alan Wynn. And the next slide, our chief residents. First, Dr. Rachel Goldberg. Dr. Anzra Magalji. And Dr. Kathleen Trout. Lastly, a few of our residents were not here. We just want to mention them in case they're hopefully watching or their family and friends are, as I'm dropping everything. Dr. Charlie Choi, Dr. Christian Fenn, thank you, Ross. Dr. Monica Shaw, Dr. Rachel Adelman, and our 4 trainees who will be mentioned in a few minutes with the integrated stream from the Port Perry and Orangeville sites. They'll always be part of Toronto East. Thank you.
All right, and coming up next are going to be the folks from the Integrated Communities Program with Dr. Jeff Gillespie, please.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I think first off, I'd just like to thank our residents for making the trek down here. So 6 out of 7. That's fantastic. So big round of applause. Good. Good. I promised Chelsea when we were speaking last night that I'd keep this really brief and no cliches. But I really appreciate being able to get to know each and every one of you. We've been through a lot, and I think the biggest thing is the name change. When you applied to our stream, we were the rural program, and We've been through a lot and renaming and rebranding, but I really don't think we've lost that rural generalist spirit. So I appreciate everything you've helped us work through. And one of the, I think the most important characteristics that I think all of you embody is one of the CCFP's rural competencies, and that's clinical courage. And it's hard to describe, but I think it's something that all of you have experienced training in a smaller community site. It's that comfort with uncertainty that I think we all gain by working a little bit more independently with a little bit less support. So as you move forward throughout your careers, I'd really encourage you to maintain that courage, be curious, be community minded, and be kind to your patients. So thank you, and it was great to get to know all of you. I think we'll get through our list. I just wanted to mention, I hope Peter Friesen is joining us virtually. Congratulations, Peter. And next, Chelsea. It's great to get to know you. Come on up, Chelsea. How about Manny? I think I had Manny next. Manny with me. Yeah. Sarah, come on up, Sarah Bradley. We have our award winner next on the slide. That's right, Elliot. Come on up. Elliot was nominated for clinical excellence from his preceptors in Port Perry. Great work. And we have Emily. Come on up, Emily. And Emily, come on up, Emily.
Right, next up, Mount Sinai Hospital, and with Dr. Nat Morrison, please.
Thanks, oh, that's loud. Goodness. I'm Natalie Morrison. I'm the site program director at Sinai, and it's my pleasure to be here tonight on behalf of myself, Paula DeRocha, our program assistant extraordinaire, and our department chief, Erin Burst, who's joining us as well, and really on behalf of everybody at the Mount Sinai Academic Family Health Team. It's always a pleasure to reflect on this process of watching a group of residents develop and grow as physicians over their residency. When you guys joined us 2 years ago, you were all a little bit excited about the next stage of your career and a little bit anxious about the demands and expectations that lay ahead. Residency is an intense time. And as you all now know, it's certainly not all rainbows and sunshines, but I've been thinking a lot lately about the analogy of the bucket, about how every day there are things, both personally and professionally, that drain our bucket and things that fill our bucket. You've certainly navigated some challenging bucket draining events over the last few years. At work, of course, there were the long hours, the competing demands, the complex, challenging patients that sometimes made you feel like you weren't making a difference at all. There were times where you had to deliver awful diagnoses to patients when you knew their whole family. And of course, there's the seemingly endless PSS inbox with tasks that don't ever seem to end. And you're human, so there were challenges outside of work. There were sick loved ones, family struggles, financial struggles, and sometimes even personal illnesses and injuries. Combined, sometimes those hardships seemed overwhelming and your buckets drained quickly. But thankfully, there has also been so much good. I have watched you all get to know each other and develop real friendships that have been such a support to all of you. I've watched you mentor and support the PGY1s as they entered residency and got their footing as physicians, and I hope you know how valuable that was to them. Having supportive colleagues is crucial in this job, and if you're lucky, your colleagues are also your friends. I've watched you all develop strong, meaningful relationships with your patients, such that you really have been able to make a real difference in their lives. You've had the privilege of seeing your patients through significant life changes, pregnancy, parenthood, illness, and even death. Some of those moments are joyful and some are sad, but they all contribute to the emotional reward of what we do. As a group, you've celebrated personal milestones, new relationships, engagements, home purchases, and amazing travel adventures. All of these challenges and joys have shaped you into the physicians that you are today. It's not to say that all the hard is necessary. We know as a profession that we need to take better care of ourselves. You guys have advocated for that positive change. I thank you for that, and I promise you we won't forget it. You're going off in so many different directions. Ashton and Ira, you're going into an emerge year. Robin, a year of hospitalist medicine. Lillian, super excited about adolescent health. Shane is our sports med superstar. Faye will be doing work in the area of breast health, and Maya's going to make a foray into the world of education scholarship. Thankfully, Miriam, Minraj, Emily, Mike, and Vito, thank you for choosing to dive right into the trenches and practice comprehensive family medicine. We certainly do need you. We're proud of all of you, and we know that there are great things to come. And no matter where you end up, my wish for all of you is that somewhere in this messy, hair-pulling beauty of family medicine, that you carve out a meaningful career that brings you joy, and that you're able to surround yourself by supportive colleagues who are your friends, and that most importantly, that your buckets stay mostly full. So I'm going to present our certificates. Dr. Minraj Athwal. Dr. Ira Carson. Dr. Ashna Dougal. Dr. Robin Glicksman. Dr. Lillian Laferriere. Dr. Shane Mooney. Dr. Emily Sagrapanti. Dr. Vito Zhu. We have a couple of residents that are graduating off cycle, Dr. Michael Fang and Dr. Fei Shah, but come on up, guys. And next, I'm going to say a few words about our award winner and one of our co-chief residents, seems to be the theme of the night, Dr. Amaya Amar. Maya is one of our co-chiefs, and she's really done a spectacular job. As I'm learning, 4 years into this role, each year brings with it its own challenges, and Maya's leaned into those challenges in the past year and met them head on. She's been an excellent liaison between her co-residents and the clinic leadership, advocating for both educational goals of her colleagues as well as excellent patient care. She brought a level-headedness and maturity to the role that has been really so valuable. And of course, she did this on top of being an exceptional family doctor to all of her patients. So thank you for all you've done for your patients and for the team. I'm happy that you'll be sticking around a little, even if it's just for one clinic a week for the next little while, so we can keep talking about Colleen Hoover novels. Come on up, Dr. Maya Amar. And in addition to Dr. Maya Amar, I want to acknowledge Dr. Miriam Ahmed, who is also one of our grads, was one of our other co-chief residents this year, but wasn't able to be here tonight. I think she is currently traveling in Nova Scotia. So just a final few words from the group. I just again want to say a huge congratulations to all of you in the Mount Sinai class of 2023. And a special thank you to your family and friends that have supported you through the craziness of your journey. We will always be here waiting to hear about the amazing things that your career will bring. Congratulations.
All right, and from South Lake Regional Health Center with Dr. Julian Manzone, please.
All right, thank you. I'm up here with the true brains of our program, Rhonda Taylor, our program administrator. She makes us all look good. So I'm going to keep this brief. I don't want to repeat anything I said to you guys last week because you don't like hearing me talk. But I just want to take one more quick moment to congratulate you. Thank you for choosing Southlake. You're what make the program great and what makes my job so easy, in addition to Rhonda. This year, our graduating class is moving on to pursue family, emergency, and hospitalist medicine. I'm confident that what you have learned during your time with us has prepared you for what is to come. Remember to be confident in what you know, brave in making decisions, and humble in knowing when asking for support. I hope you look back at our time at Southlake with fond memories of learning, friendship, and support. And speaking of support, I do have to call out our chief residents, Dr. Sonia Tan and Dr. Kristen Monroe. Your leadership and advocacy throughout the year has most certainly not gone unnoticed. Continue to be leaders wherever you guys end up. One last thing, please don't become strangers, any of you. Just because you're graduating does not mean that you cannot check in or ask a question. We would love to hear of your future successes because we know you all. All right, so with that, I will call out for certificate. Dr. Zainab Al-Abd Mohammed. Dr. Sarah Chan. Dr. Kelsey Wu. Dr. Masood Safa. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. And so now I'd like to acknowledge the chief residents again. So first, Dr. Kristen Monroe. And Dr. Sonia Tan. Congratulations.
Right, and then up next would be Unity Health Toronto St. Joe's Health Center with Dr. Dana Newman, please.
I'm Dana Newman, Site Director from St. Joe's, and I'm here with the amazing Program Assistant, Erin Tickler. It's not spelled that way. Dear residents, it has been a true delight to watch you grow and mature into family physicians ready for independent practice. You are a fantastic group with diverse backgrounds as well as clinical interests. But what you share is a dedication to making a difference in the lives of the underserved community at St. Joe's. Since taking on the role of site director only 4 months ago, I have learned so much from each of you. The learning curve was steep for me too, and you have been very gracious as I settle in. I hope you will return to St. Joe's to visit or even locum someday. As you know, several of the staff docs at St. Joe's have been around since the residency training decades ago. And 2 of you are already signed up for locums with us, making this the first year 2 residents have earned the St. Joe's Family Medicine Urban Family Health Team Hotel California Award, because you can check out any time you like, but you can never leave. Dr. Ashkan Jahangirnia received the award in clinical excellence. I'll quote from his. No, you can stay there. A quote from his nomination. Ashkan's extensive knowledge and understanding of the clinical guidelines that help direct patient care and family medicine. Ashkan demonstrates a genuine interest in his patients and their concerns and is able to adapt the guidelines in order to individualize his management plans for each patient. Additionally, he shares his knowledge with his patients so that they understand the approach he is taking. Finally, he has a passion for teaching and is a skilled educator for colleagues and other learners. And to our chief residents, Jackie and Rita, you are a dynamic duo, always organized and calm despite a mountain of administrative tasks waiting. You've been a true advocate for your peers, and it has been a pleasure working with you both. To the entire group, I speak on behalf of the entire Family Health team. We are so proud of your accomplishments and look forward to hearing about your upcoming adventures. Before we call you up for the certificates, we'd just like to acknowledge the residents who aren't able to join us tonight in person. They include Jessie Marshall Shepherd, Dr. Jessie Marshall Shepherd, Dr. Julian Hughes, Dr. Zeke Blumenkranz, and Dr. Erica Schanfeld. And now for those of you who are here. Dr. Emily Bellicoso. You want a hand? Are we happy? Yeah. Dr. Derek Cole. I think I'll shake your hand. Dr. Eric Chung. You can hug your shake. Dr. Taylor Mehta. Dr. Olivia Peterson. Dr. Boyana Radan. And now to Dr. Ashkan Jahangirnia. Dr. Jacqueline Holotka. Dr. Tozara Rida, we call her Rida.
All right, next up, Trillium Health Partners, Mississauga Hospital with Dr. Bashir Tezkarji, please.
Amazing evening. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bashir Tezkarji. I'm the site director for the Mississauga Hospital. And our program coordinator, unfortunately, could not come at the last minute. So I'm here representing her. We had also a change of chief of family medicine. So also in a transition. We heard a lot from other physicians, from other sites about how wonderful their residents are. And I encourage our residents to copy every speech, take a copy of it. That's exactly what I was planning to say. And you guys are wonderful. Dr. Peter Tsazak from Toronto East, I liked his speech and the rural program as well. So they were amazing. I prepared few words for all of you, talking about Mississauga being the cornerstone of our community. Whenever there is a need in the community, the physicians in the community will lean on the residency program. Can residents do after hours clinic? Can residents help in vaccine clinic? Can residents help in the hospital when there are crises? And there's always a negotiation. Yes, of course, we can do this, but we have to reduce the call schedule on that. And residents will come and give me proposals and negotiate. And it's always fun. It's always like you're negotiating with the ministry. and residents do enjoy it. They like these give and take. That's the truth about what I'm saying. So I'm proud to say that we have a big retention of residents. That's a testimony of how good residents find their site. They enjoy it. They stay in the community. We have probably 40 to 50% of residents who are having separation anxiety. They can't leave us. They were just telling me on the table, can we call you after we graduate? Like some comment from another site were stated. I said like never, just like leave me alone. Graduated, that's it. So move on to someone else, bother your wife, bother your partner, someone else. But truly, I enjoyed working with all of you, and I think you will be wonderful physicians. Honestly, copy the other speeches, you'll be great. So we'll start with Dr. Monica Atalla, and she's also one of our co-chief residents. Monica, congratulations. To the stage. Next is Dr. Miad Ruhayyem. She's one of our visa trainees. This is her third year, and she's still with us. She's going to continue as staying for hopefully fellowship. And she's also the winner of the Clinical Excellence Award for our site. Congratulations, Miad. The person that I like to embarrass the most, Harris Saad, he's always like, talks big. I don't know. Come in, man. Like, he claims a lot of big claims, and I don't believe him, but you will be amazing. Congratulations. Thanks. Zach is one of our hardworking residents, or at least he pretends to be. Zach, one of our co-chief residents as well, along with Monica. And the other residents that we have, like those are the three co-chief residents. The residents who could not attend, they're working hard in the office in the after hours. They're all working 24-hour shifts. I don't know what they're doing, but they could not. They prefer to stay at the hospital instead of coming here, just to sacrifice. Thank you, everyone.
All right, last but not least, Women's College Hospital, Drs. Melinda Wu and Dr. Bradley Lickbow.
We have a lot of fun at Women's. To the Women's College graduating class of 2023, we are so thrilled to be here to celebrate your graduation and to welcome you to this community of family physicians as colleagues. Your cohort is near and dear to my heart, to our hearts, as I came into this role as program director as you embarked on your residency journey. We can't take credit for your success, but we hope we contributed to your residency experience in positive ways. Have trained in an interesting time, much like everybody else in this room. In your short 2 years at Women's College Hospital, you've seen a lot of change. Together, we have learned how a global pandemic changed the landscape of healthcare and significantly impacted those who were training within it. We have asked you for your patience, your perseverance, and your professionalism. You guys showed up day after day with your engaging personalities, your compassionate hearts, a passion for learning, and an incredible enthusiasm for carving out this resident community all on your own. You have taught us that this sense of community and belonging is healing. We are so grateful to the leaders within your group who contributed to our curriculum, to building your academic half days, exam preparation, towards building social connection and fostering wellness, and what looks like a lot of fun within our group daily. To this cohort, you are each a skilled family physician. You will truly be a resource and an asset to the population of patients that you serve in the future. They are so lucky to have you at the helm of their care, just as we have been so lucky to work alongside you for the last 2 years. We're going to read out our graduates.
Okay, so we're going to call everyone up one by one. We'll hold for thunderous applause for everyone as we call their name. You'll get your certificate from me and your gigantic hug from Melinda. So that will be the series of events. So first up is Dr. Prab Bassi. Thank you. Okay, next up, Dr. Mergim Binakai. Dr. Emily Chen.
I have to wave to my parents over there, so.
Say hi. Dr. Wenna Deng, who is joining us via live stream. Hi, Wenna. Dr. Stephanie Gartner. There you go. Congrats. Dr. Jen Herman, who is also joining us by live stream. Dr. Jessica Magerman. Dr. Meredith Miller. Dr. Mary Sco. Dr. Sophia Solar. I'm going to hand things back over to Melinda.
There, no, we're good. Okay, we would like to acknowledge our award winner, Dr. Maxwell Tran. Max, you joined us as a clerk, and at that time I was your undergrad PD. And even then we knew you were a special human being. You came with maturity, you were ready to see patients, and you imparted wisdom as a CC3. I was thrilled to see you join us in your R1 year as I moved over to the post-grad role, and thrilled even more to see you step so naturally into a leadership position as one of our chief co-lead residents, I should say. All I can say is your maturity, your calmness, your thoughtfulness, your ability to seek feedback and relay that to a team has made you an incredible leader.
You have achieved so much before you came here for our time, and we just can't wait to see what you do next. It will be great. Congratulations. Next slide, please. So Max is also one of our lead residents. We'd also like to honor Dr. Meg Feeney. Meg is also our nominee for clinical excellence. So congrats to Meg for that. Meg, we are so thrilled that you are joining us as staff at Women's College Hospital. You have won the ultimate award. You have the best DFCM colleagues that we can offer. So welcome to the family, and we're so thrilled to work with you.
So congratulations to our 161 graduates. What impressive accomplishments. I'm now going to call on from the Advancement Office of Advancement, Cody Copeman-Hubert, who will give us a few words from the Advancement Office. Cody.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Cody Copeman-Hubert, Director of Alumni Relations and Special Events, the Temerity Faculty of Medicine, Office of Advancement. It is my pleasure to be here tonight to congratulate you on completing your training in the Department of Family and Community Medicine at the University of Toronto and to officially welcome you to our Temerity Medicine alumni community. Your time at Temerity Medicine has coincided with one of the most remarkable and challenging periods in recent history, especially for those of you in the healthcare community. We have never been more grateful for the work that you do or more awed by your perseverance and commitment. It couldn't have been easy, and yet you are here. You did it, and we're really, really proud. We hope you are too. And while you may be finishing your training, this is certainly not goodbye. You are now part of a network of more than 64,000 healthcare professionals from across Canada and around the world. As you embark on this next chapter in your lives and your careers, I hope you'll keep in touch with U of T and Temerity Medicine. We want to hear from you and stay up to date on your future adventures. There are lots of ways for you to stay connected. Whether it's through attending lectures or reunions, mentoring current students and trainees, volunteering on awards committees, or simply receiving our alumni newsletter or award-winning U of T Med magazine, there's something for everyone. I will be sending you a brief, I promise, brief follow-up email after this so that you can be sure to keep in touch. In the meantime, please enjoy the rest of this very well-deserved celebration. Congratulations once again.
Thanks, Cody. I'm now going to ask Dr. Mary Beth DeRoche to come to the podium, and she is going to give us an update on our academic project research day. Mary Beth.
Great. Hi again. So I'm going to be brief. I had the pleasure of attending the core resident academic project half day this morning as a moderator. And I can tell you that as soon as we left the larger Zoom room and went into a smaller breakout room with the judges, the first thing that was said was that this was going to be a really difficult decision to try to determine which project was the winner. The quality of the projects this morning was amazing. It is a true reflection of the work that you are doing on top of all of the clinical work that you're doing in and out every day. It's also a reflection of the wonderful and invested supervisors who agreed to support you and put in their own time and effort into these incredible projects. The projects that came out of this morning's session were passionate. They were inspired by your individual interests. They were incredibly well crafted and they were presented so well. So you should all be very, very proud of what was shown this morning. I'd like to stop and just allow everybody to give another round of applause. We can do it in person now. Okay, and so now the big reveal, we have 2 award categories to present this evening for the research projects. The first will be in the category of education scholarship and the second will be in research. So I will first announce the education scholarship winning project. And this project is going to be coming from North York General Hospital. And it's Dr. Sarah Wong and Dr. Faisal Raghavji. And the project is called Interprofessional Healthcare Collaboration in Community Family Medicine, Developing and Evaluating a Simulation-Based Workshop in Family Medicine Residents. So are Sarah and Faisal here? You guys get certificates. I'll keep moving forward in the interest of time tonight. I don't know if this is going to work with the slide order, but I'm going to do this Miss Universe style and announce first the runner-up in the research project. So the runner-up in the research project is coming to us from South Lake. And this is from Dr. Ellen Chow, Dr. Kristen Monroe, and Dr. Sonia Tan. Sorry, did I think I spoiled the surprise here. But if you are here, we want to give you a round of applause as well. And I'm going to quickly pivot to finalizing the winning project, which is coming to us from St. Joe's. And so this is Dr. Olivia Petersons and Dr. Boana Radden. So if you are here, please feel free to come up and get your certificates.
Congratulations. I listened today and it's unbelievable quality that of education research and research our residents did today. Congratulations to all. So I'm now going to invite Dr. Erica Catford up. Dr. Erica Catford is our program director for teaching practice and a family physician in Aurelia. Dr. Catford.
Thank you, Stu. First, on behalf of the patients in rural, remote, and small town Ontario, I want to thank you personally for your service on your 8 weeks of teaching practice, and especially in a global pandemic. So a big thanks from all of our patients. Next, I want to offer you congratulations on behalf of the over 80 teaching practice faculty in over 30 communities in rural Ontario and small town Ontario. They are very proud of you. And whenever I meet with them and visit our teaching practice communities, they are they without fail talk about the caliber and the quality of the residents that come from our program. So you should be very, very proud. And lastly, personally, I want to welcome you to the family that is family medicine. We're colleagues now. But I'm here tonight to present the winner of the Hollister King Teaching Practices Award. So every year, we nominate one resident as winner of the Hollister King Award. Holly King was a family physician in Midland, Ontario. And this award is awarded both actually to a preceptor and to one resident who exemplify the college 4 principles in family medicine. So I'm gonna summarize this best by Marilee Brown, who is the preceptor who nominated this resident winner. Every few years, a resident comes along who just embraces the teaching practice experience. For me, spoiler alert, Kathleen Trout is that resident. Where are you, Kathleen? Come on up. So while Kathleen is coming up, I'm gonna just tell you what Dr. Brown had to say. She says, I like to think that Port Perry is a site where there's a smorgasbord of types of rural medicine. Many trainees sample their way through the options. Kathleen feasted on all there was to offer. She embraced the different options. She delivered more family medicine obstetrical patients than any other resident in years. She deftly juggled OR assist while doing hospitalist when we were short-staffed. She volunteered to take notes during interdisciplinary rounds at the nursing home, and she managed the cradle to grave variety of the office like a seasoned professional that she is. She enthusiastically joined me in our busy emergency room, even after a long day in the office. She was eager to try out new procedures, honing IUD skills, and fostering clinical courage in her preceptor. Together, we performed a new procedure I'd never even done before. So save the other details in the letter. She talks about your clinical acumen, Kathleen, your attitude, your team play. And then she goes on to say that you're one of the top 10 residents she's worked with in the 27 years of her teaching. So my congratulations to you on winning this award.
Congratulations, Kathleen. I'm now going to invite Dr. Christine Stewart to come up to the podium, and she is going to announce the CFPC Family Medicine Resident Scholarship Award winner. Dr. Stewart.
Thank you, Stu. Okay, well, the CFPC Family Medicine Resident Scholarship Award recognizes the leadership abilities of an outstanding senior family medicine resident from each of the 17 Canadian family medicine residency programs. And residents nominated for this award demonstrate one or more qualities in leadership, academic achievements, research achievements, oral presentation skills, unique achievements, or exceptional activities and/or service to vulnerable populations. The value of this scholarship is substantial. The award will be presented during the Family Medicine Forum in 2023, and I hope to be there. The winner of this award will then have their name and nomination forwarded to the section of Teachers Council at the CFPC to be considered for the Val Rackless Leadership in Family Medicine Award. And this award was first presented in 2020 and recognizes a family medicine resident who's demonstrated outstanding academic research and communication leadership and who is recognized as a future leader in our discipline. I'm so honored to, over the past 3 years, to have been able to work alongside, teach, interact, and especially impersonate this year's 2023 award recipient. Oh yes, wait for it. They have faithfully and enthusiastically embraced so many roles over the past 3 years, only a few to mention as chief resident in their program, FRAT co-president, Apparel board member, Toronto site chair, and Apparel general council member. All of this while undertaking and completing their Master of Science in System Leadership and Innovation. This award winner also has deep-rooted interest in research and quality improvement. And not to mention her excellent clinical skills, her compassion, her advocacy, proficiency, and most of all, her enthusiasm. So finally, it gives me the utmost pleasure in announcing this year's winner of the CFPC Family Medicine Resident Scholarship and our nominee for the Val Rackless Leadership in Family Medicine Award, Dr. Alice Zhu.
Congratulations, Alice. I'm now going to invite Dr. Batchett Grunland up to the podium. Dr. Grunland is one of our associate program directors and a family physician at Women's College Hospital. Batchett.
Everyone, I am delighted to introduce the Samuel Leitenberg Award. Dr. Leitenberg was recognized to be an outstanding family physician, described as a man of deep compassion, intellect, and integrity, who is known for his brilliant diagnostic skills, his outstanding clinical care, his humanity, and his unparalleled dedication to his patients. He was an excellent listener who is self-effacing, warm, and engaging with a delightful sense of humor. Quotes to describe him include, "He never turned anyone away. His healing hands-on approach, as one longtime patient described it, he listened to my heart with his heart." In his honor, Dr. Leitenberg's family established the Samuel Leitenberg Award to be granted annually to a second-year resident in family and community medicine who best exemplifies the qualities that Dr. Leitenberg embodied, including recognizing the central importance of the doctor-patient relationship, providing exemplary care to patients, treating patients and their family members with compassion, empathy, and respect, and demonstrating superior diagnostic and clinical skills. I would now like to introduce Dr. Leitenberg's nephew, Aubrey Winfield, to announce this year's award recipient.
This is going to sound like a repeat performance. My Aunt Gilda couldn't be here tonight, but she sends her heartfelt congrats from Budapest. My name is Aubrey Winfield, and the late Dr. Leitenberg. My honor and privilege here tonight to present the Dr. Samuel Leitenberg Award for Humanitarian Practice of Family and Community Medicine to this year's recipient. You said, my uncle was a brilliant physician, not only because of his exceptional diagnostic and clinical skills, but also because of his intuitive understanding of patients, their needs, and his healing hands-on approach. One long-time patient described him as that he listened to my heart from his heart. He was a completely patient-centered doctor before it became a buzzword. He spent time with patients, he listened, he never let a computer screen get between him and his patients. He made house calls, he called patients in the evening to discuss their test reports, and he advocated for patients, especially for those who were poor, or marginalized. This year's recipient of the Dr. Samuel Leitenberg Award for Humanitarian Practice of Family and Community Medicine is an exceptional young doctor, Dr. Sarah Wong. Dr. Wong not only demonstrates outstanding clinical skills, but she goes the extra mile to ensure that her patients are listened to and well cared for. She leads quietly. She understands the difference between good care and compassionate care. Many of Dr. Wong's teachers have said that she might be the strongest resident that they've ever worked with. She embodies empathy, commitment, humanity, and compassion. It's my pleasure to present this year's recipient of the Dr. Samuel Leitenberg Award for the Humanitarian Practice of Family and Community Medicine to Dr. Sarah Wong.
I have only one blazer that I wear for my Carms headshot and for all formal activities. So to our distinguished guests, esteemed faculty, fellow graduates, family and friends, it's with immense gratitude that I stand here today. I first want to express my heartfelt appreciation to my mentors who have shaped me over the past 2 years, to Dr. Lazar, who nominated me for this prestigious award, and to the Leitenberg family and friends who created this award in honor of the extraordinary Dr. Samuel Leitenberg. As you heard from these two, Dr. Leitenberg was a shining example of what it means to be a compassionate and dedicated family physician. His unwavering commitment to his patients and his ability to connect with people on a deeper level are qualities that I strived to embody throughout my medical training. When I read about how he called his patients after hours, how he visited his patients in hospital, or how he spent that extra time in clinic to know people beyond their medical diagnoses, I wondered if this was his why. The things that made his time feel not just like time spent, but rather time invested into making his career and his life feel richer. I feel so fortunate to have trained in family medicine at University of Toronto, surrounded by so many faculty and residents, each with their own unique whys. I'm inspired by my co-residents at North York General Hospital and at other U of T sites who have shared with me their passions and interests in medicine and outside of medicine. I've also been deeply moved by my preceptors' dedication and expertise and their ability to continue to find new whys throughout their careers. So as we move forward from family residency, I hope that we all take the time to pause and reflect on our whys and to continue to build upon them. Whether it be the joy of staying up all night to deliver a baby, the satisfaction of seeing a learner's face light up in understanding, or the appreciation from a patient for advocating on their behalf. I hope that each of these moments can be a reminder of why we chose this path, family medicine. I'm so excited to see where all of our whys will take us and how we will continue to grow and evolve as family physicians. So in closing, on behalf of my fellow graduates here, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who supported us along this journey. We couldn't have made it here without the love, encouragement, and guidance of our families, friends, loved ones, and mentors. I feel deeply honored to be among this group of talented and dedicated individuals, and I look forward to seeing what we will all achieve in the years to come. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I want you, I want to. Congratulations, Sarah. There's a few chiefs in the room. The few chiefs in the room will be offering you a job as you go out the door. So congratulations. I'm now going to ask Dr. Ann Weidman to come on up. Dr. Ann Weidman is senior leader at the Department of Family Community Medicine, and she has been site director extraordinaire at Sunnybrook since 2008. And we're going to ask Dr. Weidman to address the graduates and pass on some key messages of her learnings over the last few years. Ann.
Thank you for that introduction, Stu, Dr. Murdoch. That was very kind. Thank you. And hello, everybody again who's here, and a special shout out to all of those family and friends and residents who couldn't be here that might be joining virtually. I'm so happy to have been involved in this lovely event tonight. I don't know, I've really enjoyed it. I've had a lot of fun. I must say, I personally am really glad I didn't have to follow Women's College Act after all that hooping and hollering, which I don't know if it's the sports enthusiast in me, but everything sounds better with some heartfelt clapping and woo-hooing. So thank you for really spicing it up at the end. That was really, really, really fun. So attending is one thing. I'm even more delighted, honored, and I'm not going to lie, a little nervous to have been chosen to say a few words as a message to you. I'm acutely aware that I'm also the last between you and getting home to your sweet families and other things that you would really like to be doing. I would like to say, as Bashir said, hear, hear. Like, I don't know what's left to say. I mean, so all of you have spoke so beautifully about so many important and inspirational messages that I feel like all that I have to say, really, I could stop right here. We could scrap the speech and we could dance, because that would be fine with me. And I actually have to say, we commented about how many of the songs that were played are like, I mean, gray hair genre here. Like these are our songs that I was wondering. It was just fun. It was fun for me to be in the music that makes me so happy. So when Dr. Murdoch called to ask me, I was hesitant. I can't honestly say why, other than my natural tendency to be nervous when giving speeches, and my even more natural tendency to cry when I speak about residency and residency training, a very near and dear topic to my heart. But when he said that he thought I would be a great fit because I'm also graduating in my own way, and that I owed him for the many times I called him on a weekend looking for sage advice while he was trying to golf or cheer on the failing Leafs, how could I say no? I couldn't say no. And maybe I should have taken his advice and used that chat GTP thing, whatever. But many of you have already said, and I think it was Mary Beth who said that stuff just sort of weirds me out. So this is from me to you. A bit like the young adult who wants to live in their parents' house for just a little bit longer, I've been living in the DFCM's House of Residency Education for longer than most. I'm leaving my role, as Dr. Murdoch said, as Sunnybrook's co-director after nearly 20 years. And like you, I'm graduating out into a bit of a yet unknown world. So when I thought about how I feel now with a big change looming and a huge job just done, I wondered, what would I want to hear as I face this transition? First, I think I would want to celebrate the job just done. Well, 23 days away, but who's counting? It is so important to take time to delight in an accomplishment, to pause, reflect on it, and feel a little bit proud of yourselves, as so many have said. I loved seeing each of you come forward to be celebrated by your local education leaders. And although I think we heard from Cody that there might be thousands of U of T graduates, you have still distinguished yourself among them all individually, beautifully, and perfectly. So what are we celebrating? What would you tell someone to try to describe what you just did this last 2 years? You have succeeded in doing what by any description is a monumental task: to become the best family physician you can be in the span of 2 short years, while simultaneously building and maintaining loving relationships, personal growth, self-reflection, and healthy life habits. Piece of cake, right? I mean, that's what you've all been busy doing, and try to have some fun along the way. Your knowledge needed to become wisdom. You needed to push the boundaries of your comfort level. You were asked to learn to advocate for your patients and yourself, communicate with complete truth and accuracy, and manage your time and your tasks. We asked you to consistently conduct yourself with integrity, kindness, patience, and authenticity. We kept asking, you kept giving. We challenged, you rose higher. We wondered and questioned, and you patiently listened and got curious with us. And you even cared when you could have been apathetic. You showed compassion when it would have been far easier to be irritated, defensive, or intolerant. You trained in undergraduate years in residency during a pandemic that greatly altered your experience as learners and forever changed the face of not only medical education, but health delivery and the human experience at every level forever. All of these experiences must have challenged your heart. Those of you who know me know it isn't a coincidence that my necklaces have hearts on them. Living by, I did promise I would cry, right? So I'm going to say that I promised you I would, but I'm going to try. Living by, leading with, and trusting your heart is the only thing I'm sure of on some days in this complex world. I don't only mean finding the love for the patient who is sharing their anger with you, for the colleague who feels beaten down, or for the loved one who is lonely when you're gone. I also mean having a heart, the heart of a lion, the heart to get up one more day, see one more patient, write one more note, don one more mask. You have demonstrated that kind of heart time and again, and I hope you know that we all think that is utterly amazing. And above all else, through an extensive academic resume, you have shown sustained excellence. It takes very special people to do that. You are those special people. Everyone can shine bright here and there, moments come and go, but sustaining it over time against the things you've challenged yourself with is really remarkable. In addition to celebrating what you've done, I think we should address the future. I'm actually not very good at looking much beyond today, a blessing and a curse both. I know, though, that many of you have not only looked into the future, you have made really active steps towards securing that future. Some of you have been accepted into enhanced skills third-year programs that we've heard about as you've come up to the stage. These will further provide you with the foundations of family practice skills that will make you the family physicians of the future. And whether that's in emergency medicine, palliative care, hospitalist work, long-term care, I could go on and on. Many of you intend to provide full scope family practice, which may include elements of those skills in rural and suburban communities across this beautiful country. Thank you for being brave enough to choose comprehensive care. You will provide care that will keep communities quite literally alive and healthy. You will make that kind of difference every day. We know it doesn't always look easy, but we know you will be forever improved and awed by your long-term patient relationships. There's no equal to that. It can't be found anywhere else. Some will do academic family medicine, working to continue to grow, innovate, study, plan, and act for the ever-changing face of family medicine and family medicine education. I hope you will decide to stay in close touch with our DFCM or the Department of Family Medicine closest to where you will work and settle. Hospital privileges and alliance with a university program will stand you in great stead, connecting you and surrounding you with other like-minded and forward-thinking individuals who also believe in the power and need for lifelong learning and teaching. Whether you have already decided and committed to a practice location or are planning to locum and see the lay of the land, we thank you now for the contributions of care and time that you will provide to sustain this very challenged health human resources system of family medicine that we find ourselves in at this time. You are graduating from a program that has given you the skills and knowledge to work anywhere in the world in whatever way suits your careers and your personal journey. I've stood by and I will continue to stand by our program at U of T as the epitome of what a program should be.
leading the way by consistently putting passionate experts in influential roles and arming them with resources where they are needed most for the challenges at hand. Community partnerships, EDI, research, mental health, addictions, to name a few of the current priorities. May you find great joy in exploring all the possibilities that being a graduate of our program will afford you. Finally, I want to say a few words about my wish for you at this most unbelievable time of change, challenge, and opportunity. I wish for you that medicine as a whole and family medicine as a specific discipline whose importance to the health of its people is indisputable will continue to be better as you work and grow in the discipline. I mean, how can it not get better? You and many amazing new physicians like you are taking your energy, your desire for equity, for accountability, for social justice and sustainability out into the communities here and across the country. We have started to make the world better, but it's a long way from completion. A very wise person said, "It is not your duty to complete the work of a better world, but neither are you free to desist from it." This is a call to action for all of us. We need to continue to try to do better in the work of health for all. It sounds daunting and there are definite obstacles, but today is a beautiful time to be in medicine and to be part of a humanity looking for change. I could detail all the ways that life lately has not been so beautiful. I mean, the news is a hard thing to watch, but I won't. I want to focus on the powerful place you find yourselves in, on the brink of big change, big betterness that is the will of yourselves and other dedicated physicians like you. You can and will continue to build on the accomplishments of now that seemed impossible when they were viewed long ago. Atul Gawande said, "Better is possible. It doesn't take genius. It takes diligence. It takes moral clarity. It takes ingenuity. And above all else, it takes a willingness to try." You may sometimes wish it was others who were going to bring about change and justice, but it will be you who continues to do so with your actions. I wish for you the secret to sustaining the will to be better, do better, find better. I wish you hope that you can look into the future and realize there's no better time than now. Hope is the fuel. I wish for you gratitude. Gratitude is the seed from which all good things grow. And as you plan for better each day, just a small bit each day, you will create a tsunami, a tidal wave of better that will ripple out from you to others. I know that you are ready in every way. I wish all of you joy in that work, peace when you rest each night, gratitude for all that you know and all that you have, and a forever thirst to continue to learn and serve. Thank you.
You made me cry too. Well done, Anne. And we totally look forward to your next chapter. We know it's going to be part of our DFCM community, and we know it's going to be in leadership. Take a short break, and Dr. Martin will be calling. So I'd like to introduce Dr. Daniel Martin, our fabulous leader and our chair of our Department of Family Community Medicine, Dr. Martin.
Thank you, Stu, and thank you, Anne. That was just beautiful, as we all knew it would be. Well, here we are at the end of a really special evening in this spectacular room. More than one person has commented that it feels like dining at Hogwarts, which is exactly right. And I think that in a room like this, it occurred to me, there's really only one person that you can quote, and that's Winston Churchill, who once said, in the midst of a war, "It may look like the end, but this isn't the end. It actually isn't even the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning." And I think that's where you all are at. You are at the end of the beginning of something spectacular. And you were at the beginning of something even more special. Sneak preview, you're at the end of having no control over your own schedule. Yes, you heard it from me. You're at the end of learning a new EMR every 4 to 6 weeks, or having to remember 42 passwords and 42 different systems. I think you're actually at the end of exams, I think. You're also at the end of post-call days, sorry to tell you. But you're also at the beginning. You're at the beginning of your clinical independence. You're at the beginning of learning to lean on each other and your colleagues in a totally new and different kind of way. And you're at the beginning of being able to really stand on the shoulders of the people who have come before you to the moment of trust that the patient gives you when you come into the room to advise and engage with them is a moment that was built by the generations that came before you. It's being handed to you now. And so I'd like to say that I think you're also at the beginning of paying that forward. I hope that you will all take a moment to think about your teachers, the incredible faculty and preceptors who have nurtured you all through your undergraduate and postgraduate training, your site directors who are all here with you tonight celebrating you, your program administrators, your tremendous program director, Stu Murdoch, Associate Program Director, Batya Grunland, our amazing Vice Chair of Education, Risa Freeman, all these incredible people who have been here supporting you and building this program for each of you. The best way that you can honor what they have done is to do it for somebody who comes behind you. So that's what I want to leave you with, is an invitation. Well, I think I'm also leaving you with some swag. So on your way out the door, please make sure you pick up a gift bag on the way to whatever celebration you're going to. We have many more opportunities to celebrate your incredible achievement, including the DFCM Battle of the Bands on the 17th of June, including our, that's right, I'm a judge, look out, I'm super harsh. Including our DFCM barbecue on the 20th of June. And there will be many more opportunities, small and large, to celebrate what you've achieved. But I would ask that you think about, and we'll end here, what Dr. Weidman said about affiliating yourself with our department or your local university department going forward. This is how you can honor what the path that has been blazed for you, is by helping a learner in your own on their own journey. And with that, I want to say thank you for all that you have done and all that I know you will do for our incredible discipline of family medicine. Good night.